We're rolling. What's going on, everybody? My name is Ricky Johnson.
I'm Mary Johnson.
Yeah, we are mortgage loan originators from Mason McDuffie Mortgage. We have two locations, physical locations, one in Lake Havasu City, one in Kingman, Arizona, which is where we're currently shooting at. Mm-hmm. We wanted to start a podcast to just go over a lot of things in the mortgage world and
real estate.
Yeah.
All things real estate.
Yeah. So the podcast, Why Not You? And I think the plan for us is getting people in our community around our community, try and get what we like to call Tri-City.
Yeah.
Kingman, Lake Havasu City, Bullhead City, trying to get professionals in and just talk about this world. So let's get this thing started, right? So let's introduce Mary Johnson. So Mary, why don't you tell the people how you got into it, how long you've been in it, and places you're licensed in, because that's a huge thing.
Right. So Mary Johnson, been doing this for started in 2005, right before the wonderful housing meltdown. Survived it, prospered, we've been doing great. How did I get into mortgages? I don't think anyone goes to school to be a mortgage originator. No one says I want to be a loan officer.
Right.
It kind of happens by accident.
Right.
It was the best accident that's ever happened. We moved here. We were just retiring from the military. I went back to school, got my degree, and a friend said, you need to go talk to this bank and become a loan officer. And I had no idea. Most of us who get into it can't even spell mortgage. That's the joke. But
I was able to. So
yeah.
Yay me.
So I started. I loved it. Never looked back.
Right.
I'm licensed now in Arizona, Nevada, California, Oregon, Washington. Working on Virginia, probably North Carolina, Maryland, Tennessee. And the reason I like that area is that's where my grandson is, where my oldest son is captured my grandson into the Virginia area.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And you also have like different certifications too, right? Why don't you elaborate a little bit on that as well?
So I'm certified veteran lending specialist. I've just gotten my, my Freddie Mac Credit Smart Facilitator. Couple of other things I've got going on this year is really my concentration, and I think a lot of us are really looking at financial wellness for our youth, our younger folks. So you'll be starting to hear and see some of those things, because I think we really do need to educate and put our young people in the right position financially,
Right.
And that's part of that is being a homeowner.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us, how'd you get into this crazy world?
Yeah. So Ricky Johnson, I've been a loan originator for going on about 2 years now. I'm licensed in Arizona. Prior to this world, I was a teacher in Phoenix, Arizona. Did that for, 14, 15 years. Had some things happen and had a certain individual pester.
That would be me.
Pestering me to get
For
into
years
to get into this world. So I just took a leap of faith, and here we are. That's kind of my story.
So mother son, business partners.
Yeah. So
complementing each other on our different strengths and.
Right. Yeah.
taking the world by storm. I think 2024 is going to be a great year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fantastic year. I think I told you on New Year's Day, like this is going to be a great year. So it's kind of our plan for this year, for sure, absolutely. Now the podcast, what are we thinking? Like, what are you thinking for this podcast? Like,
So we came up with what about you?
Why not you?
Why not you? And really is about why not you? Why can't you get into home ownership? If it be your first time being a homeowner, what about investments?
Right. Yeah.
There's so many products out there for investors that you don't need, just a ton of cash. And
right. Yeah.
So so that's why we named it All About You. What about you?
Why not you?
Why not you? I'm going to get it by the end of the year.
Holy smokes. And she's the one who came up with it too, by the way. So just kind of curious, just for your information, she's the one that created it, the name.
There you go.
So I think for me, why not you is, it just goes back to the American dream, of home ownership and having that opportunity. I know for me, I haven't yet had that opportunity, and it's a joyous thing to see, like, a first-time home buyer and the joy that they get when they get the keys to their home, and sometimes there's crying going on and a lot of smiles.
It's a great experience.
Yeah, it's really neat to be a part of that, and I think
it's a great wealth builder.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places in the world that you can't be a homeowner.
Right.
Yeah. So I think having property rights is
for sure
huge part of being us Americans.
Yeah, I agree. So I think that's where it comes back to the why not you? Why can't you own a home? Why can't you be part of that? So we briefly talked about our partnership. So we are a mother-son duo. I am the baby boy, and we have our different strengths and weaknesses in this business. There's things that I enjoy and am good at, and there's a lot more that she's good at and enjoys. So, and I think that just takes time, and for me at least, and kind of moving forward and just understanding that we're here for you guys, and just want to do everything we can to help. And so let's kick this questioning off with you, right? So I think the first, she's the star. Like, I'm just dude asking questions, and so the biggest question I think right now is just, what is the difference between an individual that is pre-qualified or a person that is pre-approved, and which one means more?
Great question. So the difference is, a pre-qualification means that you've spoken to a loan officer, and that's maybe had your credit pulled, but basically it's all verbal. There's no documentation. It's just all, you make this much money and you have this much money, and it's just all verbal. So that's the pre-qualification. And that's the minimum. And pre-approval is where you bring in your pay stubs and your W-2s and your bank statements to your loan officer, and they then verify those documents to make sure you qualify for a loan. The next step is to be fully approved. That is something that we do with Mason McDuffie, which is a added value, so that you're going head to head with, say, a cash buyer. If you've been fully approved, you're going through underwriting completely. All conditions have been met, and the only thing we need is the appraisal and the title work. So you're talking cutting a majority of the time away from getting the loan done.
Right.
Most of it will be done in the beginning. So
Right.
I think everyone should really be trying to do
Right.
the full approval
Right.
without a property, so that you have a really strong chance when you're putting in your offer that seller says, oh,
Right.
they're good to go.
Yeah. Well, and I think so. We like to call that a TBD approval.
To be determined,
Yeah, to be determined approval.
because there's no property.
Yeah, there's no property,
Mhm.
there's no appraisal, all that fun stuff. They're just approving the person, the buyer.
Mhm.
They're approving you if you get approved. So yeah, I think that's like the best way to go about it
Absolutely.
is to get through that early, and because a lot of the hiccups can get taken care of
Ahead of time.
and to tend to lead to a much smoother transaction, and as long as the appraisal comes in at value and all that fun stuff as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so this is a quick one. Like we're not going to sit here and talk for much this our first episode. So just the test run. So bear with us. I think the last thing, where are we eating tonight?
You tell me, we're having pizza
We are having pizza downtown Kingman,
Grand Canyon
Brewery. The Pops wants pizza, so
where can they reach us?
Yeah, so for me, 928-897-1482, or rjohnson@masonmac.com.
So 928-279-5626. mjohnson@masonmac.com.
Yeah.
We're here to take any questions, any concerns.
Yeah.
Reach out.
Yeah, and make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please do.
Yeah, please do. We the plan for this podcast for us is just getting people
knowledge.
Yeah, informed, because there are a lot of questions that people are asking, and this is kind of the easiest way to get this information out.
And if you want to hear something, they can reach out to us.
Yeah, put stuff in the comments. Right, type some stuff in the comment box and give us your questions. We would love to answer as many questions as we possibly can to the best we can.
Yeah.
And we're looking at doing this to start probably once a month, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah. Excited.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more. So we got the first episode out of the way. A lot of nerves, I think, gone. Maybe.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah,
awesome. It's been fun sitting and talking with you.
Yeah, appreciate it. So thanks for watching.